everyone. This is the Echols Unlimited podcast. I'm your host, Terrence Echols, and today I have the privilege of interviewing my good friend, Mike Cubbage. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine today, T. Thanks for having me on.
Mike is a redshirt junior guard for the Marist men's basketball team. He's excited to have his first year playing for the Red Foxes this coming season. So today we're just going to start off with a little interview. Mike, tell me about your background, hometown, like family.
I'm from South Jersey, Sicklerville, New Jersey, to be exact. 15 to 20 minutes from Atlantic City. I'm the oldest sibling of 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a little rough, but
Yeah.
South Jersey is really not too much to do. It's a lot of land, a lot of open space. Speaking on my siblings' behalf, I would say it's a little kind of hard at times, knowing like I played basketball. I came from JUCO. I was in Texas.
Right.
So it's like kind of hard like spending time and like splitting the difference with my siblings some of the time.
Right.
But I make the most of it when I'm with them.
Mm-hmm. And what's the age difference?
So I have 5 siblings. My sister, she's a junior in high school now. And then I have my younger brother. He's in 6th grade. Then I have 2 sisters on my dad's side, which is 11 and 8.
Okay.
And then my last brother on my dad's side, he's 4.
Oh, awesome. So you got like a large range family.
Yeah, it's just all over the place, bro.
All right. That's good, though. It keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
All right. So when did you fall in love with the game of basketball?
I would say I fell in love with basketball probably around 6th or 7th grade. My stepdad at the time, he's like a basketball trainer, and he just took me under his wing, and I really didn't know what hard work was at the time, but it was just like he always just would grab me right after school, and I'll probably get like 2 workouts in a day because he was like a trainer. So I'll just be in a car with him driving to his little workout sessions with people that he would like train, and I would just be getting it in, even with girls sometimes, older dudes. It was just, and that's just like how I fell in love with basketball.
Mm-hmm. So you just like became immersed in it, you know?
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So what kind of games and leagues and practices and stuff, like, what did you have available to you growing up in terms of like rec leagues and stuff like that?
The first league I ever played in was obviously the little bitty ball rec league back in my hometown. It was called WTBA. It was like, that's the town. My township is Winslow, so it was like Winslow Township Basketball or Association,
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, like my good friends, we all grew up in the same league. We played in that. I played in that all the way up until I want to say 5th, 6th grade, and then I played middle school basketball. From the WTBA league, I actually got my first like invitation to an AAU team. It was called like South Jersey Jazz, which is under like the Under Armour circuit now. But back then when I first played, it was just like a hoop group here, just tournaments like that.
Right.
I never really got to play on like a big time circuit because where I'm from there's not really too many like circuit teams.
Yeah.
So like the closest team to me I would probably say is Team Final, like Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
And that's just stacked with like all the Philly guys.
Right,
so
exactly.
really didn't get the high level exposure growing up. But I played in like a lot of hoop group and tournaments like that coming up.
So you mentioned your stepdad at the time. Who in your life helped you mold who in your life growing up helped you mold into the basketball player you are today, and who helped inspire you to become a better basketball player?
That's a good question. I would probably say my grandfather. My grandfather, he played basketball. He's from Harlem in New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he just tells me a lot about like his past and the type of guys he grew up with playing. Like he said he knew Rod Strickland. He grew up playing with Rod. And it's just like the stories that he tells me is just like, it inspires me to be like somebody in the future. So it's just like, I would say he inspired me. But at the same time, I would also give a little shout out to my mom too, because she played basketball. So she was kind of like good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so You already mentioned you played on that team in South Jersey, the AAU team, but tell me a little bit more about your AAU career.
I really didn't have too much. Like I played, I want to say 3-4 seasons of AAU. For me, since it was like my stepdad, and he was just like he knew so much about like the game and stuff. He just more wanted me to like to perfect my craft to where it was my time to actually like play like in high school or whatever it may be. But AAU, like I said, I never played in like any top big tournaments like where you would like see Coach K or anybody just sit in front row. But I played in a decent amount of tournaments where I seen athletes, and whereas to like I would know like I would have to be working out every day if I wanted to be good.
Right.
So I would probably say the biggest tournament I ever played in was out in Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
And it was a big shots tournament, and Dennis Smith was there. Dennis Smith and
team was he on?
Forget, but it was like I remember, I can't think of who else he was with, but it was like they was in a 1-2-2 trap the whole game, and they was just dunking it every play. So I was just, that like shocked me at the moment, because it's like coming from where I rarely seen that. So like it just surprised me.
Oh wow. So what would you? So you said you didn't really have much of an AAU like experience compared to some of the other players who come and they end up playing D1 or high level college basketball. So what would you say are some of the benefits you had from growing up from more of a training background than growing up in that AAU environment? Like if you played on a big circuit team.
I mean, it's pros and cons to it. I would say one of the pros of not traveling and playing in all these big tournaments was, like, I actually, like, kept myself under the radar. So where it was like, when it was my time to, like, hop on the scene, it was just like, who is this guy?
Right.
How haven't we seen him before? And, like, my game was just, like, unknown. So it was just like when I would go play big guys, because I have played, like, top talented guys that actually went on and played places, and it was just like, I felt like I gave them a run for their money. So that was one of the pros. I was just under the radar. But a con, I would say, is just being able to play against the high-level atmosphere all the time, week in and week out. So it was just like me, like it's a difference of actually playing every weekend and then actually like just working out.
Right.
Like I was like, not because I'm a competitive type of guy, but I feel like if you're playing against people that's competitive every weekend, you'll get better from it. So I would probably say that was a con from it.
Yeah, and you can only train so much before you have to actually lace them up and go up against somebody else. You
Correct.
know? Yeah. All right, so tell me a little bit about your high school career.
My high school career, I came in about 5'8", $150.
Oh my gosh.
I started as a freshman. My freshman year, I'll never forget it. It was like yesterday. I actually had one of the worst games of my career. We played a school called Paul Six. Paul Six was stacked with they first 7 were all seniors, and it was just like I was 5'8", scrawny, and just like I talked about the 1-2-2 trap and the press and all that, that's what actually happened to me. I'll probably say I turned the ball over 5 times, 6 times. So it was just like it was a nightmare for me, and the reason that it stayed and played in my head throughout my high school career, because it was like every turnover, they dunked it, or it was an alley-oop. So it was just like, it was just frightening for me. And as well as it was that, they had a big, like, crowd. So it was like their section was the flock. They called it the flock. So it was just like, I feel like I don't even have to go into that no more. It's just, that's what it is. But my sophomore year, I actually got a little taller, about 6'2"-ish, 6'1"-ish. Actually,
that was a big growth spurt. That was like 6 inches almost.
That whole summer, my freshman to sophomore summer, like I had very bad knees. I had Oscar sliders. I could barely like walk. But my sophomore season, I picked it up a little bit. I think we got put out the second round of the playoffs.
Okay.
I had the other guard that was in the backcourt with me. His name was Masner boot plan. He averaged about 28. He was
Oh,
was
wow.
leading New Jersey and scoring for probably about a good 2 months into the season.
And which high school did you go to?
Winslow Township High School.
Winslow Township.
Group
okay.
3, yeah, South Jersey. Sophomore year, we got kicked out. I mean, we lost second round. I think it was like Central Regional. Then my junior year, it was more, I would say the team was like more of mine. I was one of the oldest guys of the team.
Okay.
Had a lot of experience. Took my team to the first championship. We won Group 3 championship.
Oh, wow.
We beat Delsey. And we lost the game before to get to states to Ewing with Trey Lowe, who's actually at Temple right now. 6'7",
Okay.
6'7" shooter. He's solid. And then my senior year, we went on and won the championship again. We actually made it to Rutgers, where the game before states, and we lost to Teaneck that year. We lost to Teaneck with Jaquay James, little shifty point guards, like 5'10". He scored 3,000 points by his junior year. Yeah, he's tough.
Where did he end up going?
He's actually right now he's at a JUCO in Texas, the same league I was in. He's at a school called Navarro, but he had some decent looks coming out of high school. He just had to go JUCO, so he'll be somewhere soon. But yeah, my senior, I would probably say it was my coach installed it into me from like my freshman year all the way to my senior year that like if you wanted to change in the program, like you would actually have to put the work in. And I would say it was three guys on my team that we all like started from all the way back from the WTBA league that I talked about to high school. So we were all one unit, and we all knew like how we liked to play and where people liked to be and stuff like that. But I had a lot of football guys on my team too.
Okay.
That was a lot of things.
I was about to ask how your team was constructed.
Yeah. In South Jersey, it's a lot of football players. I can tell you that. It's not too many basketball players that go to school for basketball.
Right.
My school, let alone, I probably say 3 people went on a scholarship for basketball. And then the rest, like, it's so many people. I think it's about 8 people that's in the NFL at this moment.
No way.
Yeah, it's about 8 people at this moment from my high school that's went to the NFL. But back to my team side of things, I had a 6'6" center. His name is Devin Robinson. He plays tackle for Youngstown State at the moment.
Oh, wow. They're good too.
Yeah, he's big time. I had a 6'5" forward, Nasir Fields. He's at William Patterson, plays basketball.
Okay.
I had a 6'9" power forward, center, high flyer. His name is Emmanuel Lowe. He actually went to JUCO with me.
Okay. But
the love of the game, I guess, just went away from him. So he doesn't play basketball anymore. But that's my guy. And the last person I had, he's about 6'6". His name is Elijah Campbell. We was big down low.
Right.
That's what separated a lot of things in high school. Right. But we would always get outrun though. So like people would make us run a lot since I had big guys. But it benefited me in the long run.
Right. Yeah. 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 Because you're about like what 6'4", 6'5". Like I was expecting you to be like, yeah, I played the wing. Like no.
Yeah. Nah, we was long. We played. Most teams would get mad. Like the teams that would try to get up and down with us, we'll probably play 2-3, like a stretch 2-3, like Virginia would. So like our length is just crazy. We in the passing lanes, and obviously we're rebounding all the time.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Since you had such a big team, was it frustrating that you maybe didn't have all of the success that you wanted?
I mean, it actually molded me into somewhat of a better point guard.
Okay.
I say that because it's just like a lot of coaches telling me this now. My high school coach used to tell me this back in high school. The team will go as I go. Right. So it's just like it put me in this perspective to where it's like if I get my big man feeling happy about the game, he get a couple touches, a couple scores. It's just like everybody's happy, everybody's playing hard, everybody's moving up and down, rebounding, talking. So it's just like I'm a team, like how could I put it? Like I just want to be the best point guard for my team at the end of the day. So
Right.
they helped me and I helped them in the long term run of things. So
Right.
like I would say they helped me become a better basketball player as well.
Oh, good. And so after your senior year, you decided to go to JUCO, Paris Junior
Yep,
College?
Paris, Texas. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And what led to that decision?
My senior year, I was talking to a couple D1s, not too many,
Mm-hmm.
but I actually couldn't get my SAT score at the time, so I had to take the JUCO route.
Right.
I had tons of JUCO colleges calling me at the time, but I really didn't know too much about JUCO. Honestly, it was never like I was going to give up on a dream, but it was just like, oh, I have to do this. I have to stay here for 2 years. It's just
Right.
like an alternate route. So it was just like, I would probably say from March after we got put out of the tournament, it was just like me just trying to figure out like what would be the best situation for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of hard. It was frustrating,
Mm-hmm.
like knowing that I actually wasn't going to be able to play like basketball,
High
like
level,
yeah,
yeah.
at a high level or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was frustrating, but I would say just I have a good mentor back at home. His name is Julian Dunkley. He played at Temple.
Mm-hmm.
He played at Maine, 6'7". So it's like he's the guy back at home. So it was just like having late night talks with him and him just trying to mold me into like the right situation and just
Right.
telling me like what to expect. So. And he was very cool with one of the assistant coaches that was at Paris, Texas. So it was like one of his guys. So it was just like, okay, so he has his trust in him. So I'll trust Julian to make
Right.
sure everything just goes smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, it's basketball at the end of the day. So like what
Exactly.
could actually happen.
Yeah.
That's all I was worried about.
Mm-hmm. And what was it like going all the way down to Texas from being from South Jersey, you know?
It was a culture shock when I first got up. Because I didn't take a visit there. It was just like I just signed a letter of intent. I was
Right.
like, I'm going to Texas.
Okay.
First got off the plane. I landed in Dallas. There's no airport in Paris, Texas. So I landed in Dallas. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, it's the city.
Yeah.
I could probably do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking I was pulling up to the school probably within the next 30 to 25 minutes. I drove probably 2.5 hours.
No.
I woke up probably an hour and a half into the ride, and it was just like I woke up thinking I was just in Kansas or something. Like I'm looking left, right. I see cornfields. I was just shocked. But it was a small town, not too much to eat there. I would say I probably had McDonald's and something called Ward's every other night, like a nice little dining place. But
Okay.
I made the best out of it. Actually, it helped me become a better person, a better man at the end of the day. So I can't complain.
Right. Exactly. That's what it's all about, honestly. Mm-hmm. And what can you talk about JUCO as a tool, and what are some of the benefits, like pros and cons, of going the JUCO route?
Okay. Honestly, a lot of people doesn't understand how hard it is actually to play at JUCO. Like people will just like throw it out there, just like, it's JUCO, da da da. Like a JUCO coach will bring 10 other Mike Cubbages to the team and just like throw you in the fire and just make you have to like fight for everything that you like want.
Yeah.
It's athletes on athletes. So Paris, we had 16 players at the start of start of August when we first got there to training camp or whatever. Obviously, 16 players can't play.
Right.
So whatever it may be, people get in trouble, academics or whatever. Coaches are sending you home. Like they give you a plane ticket and go back home during the middle of the season. That's how I actually seen it happen. But I'll say some of the pros of JUCO, you actually like get bonds, learn people that from all over the world that you would never like think you would come in contact with just from basketball.
Right.
And just being able to compete with like these like athletic guys every day is just like it's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
But I would probably say a con for me was just being away from home.
Right.
Like just growing up in Jersey and just like I'm a family guy, so like me just being away from my family so long, that was just like the only con for me. But then it was like my teammates, they made sure I was cool.
Right.
Like we just all had a good bond, so it was just like they kept me not thinking about my family so much.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's good. It was like your first experience away from home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Mm-hmm. All right. So then, after your JUCO experience, your time at Paris, you decided to come to Marist last summer, right?
Yes.
So, what about Coach Dunn attracted you to Marist?
When I first actually got the offer from Coach Dunn, it was at St. Peter's, but I actually got the news that they got the job here at Marist.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately looked up like everything on Google. I just wanted to know. I seen that they wanted CIT.
Mm-hmm.
My dad told me that he remember hearing about Coach Dunn back in the day, how he was always like a defensive guy, like he's just like he's always fired up, and it was just crazy because like how it all went about. Literally, he called Coach Serge called my dad and was talking to my dad or whatever, and it was just telling me, and it was like my dad actually heard of like St. Peter's while they were at St. Peter's. Like one of my dad's closest friends that he played basketball with, they would like go to St. Peter's games and watch them sometimes. So it was just like my dad. It was I don't know, like my dad, like I could just hear it in his voice that he was like that was it, like he was,
that's the guy for you.
Yeah, that's the guy for me. And also it was closer back to home, so it was like my parents haven't seen me play since I want to say my senior year in high school, so it was just like I just want to get back closer to home.
Right.
And not to mention my whole mom's side is from New York, the Bronx, so it was like it was just a given.
Right, exactly. So good situation, good coach, it's good proximity. What else about Marist brought you here?
The campus. When I came on my visit, the campus was beautiful. I loved it. It just was like, I can't even explain the feeling when you're walking around on campus. You get to see the river. The buildings are just unbelievable. The building that I stay in, New Garland, every time I look at it, it's just like it's
amazing.
It just shocks me. So it's just like and then the resources here, like just the academic side of things, it's just so much that Marist has to offer for someone. So it's just like
it can set you up not only for a career in basketball, but also a career in whatever you want.
Yeah.
And you're a communications major?
Yeah.
Yeah. What concentration?
Sports comm.
Sports comm? Okay.
Yeah, I haven't really figured out exactly what I want to do with that yet, but I know for sure I want to get into the real estate business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's a good avenue to pursue. And how was it going through your redshirt year? So when you got here, you redshirted. Talk to me a little bit about that.
I actually didn't want to do that at first, but it was hard. It was frustrating. Seeing my teammates go out and play, and sometimes they would lose. It was just like me just sitting on the bench wanting, like, having a feeling like I know I can help, I want to help, but it's just like I physically couldn't.
Right.
But on the other side of things, like working out, I feel like I got so much better since me getting here in 2 summers ago. I would say all the workouts and all the weightlifting, it definitely helped me a lot, tremendously. Like every time I go home, my mom is like, "Oh, you're getting bigger, your arms." And I actually, like, if me and my dad stand back to back or whatever way, like they always say I'm bigger than him now, and it's just like funny thing, they call me Little Mike and my dad's Big Mike, but it's like they can't even call me Little Mike no more because it's just like I'm bigger than him now, but. I actually, like, looking back on the red shirt, I'm glad that I did it because it's like it helped me mentally and physically. Yeah.
All right, wait, are you a junior?
Like
Mike Cubbage Jr.?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering. Okay, little Mike. Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that. So, what advice would you give a player who's going into their redshirt year?
The advice that I would give him. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be some days you don't feel like doing something. But you just got to look at the bigger picture. It's just like, just go hard in every workout that you have in front of you.
Right.
Just knock the walls down and just stay focused on the bigger goal, the bigger picture. Like, You're here for one reason, and it's to get better and actually handle your schoolwork, especially stay on top of your schoolwork. Because sometimes you'll feel like you're just left out of things or you're just hidden in the dark. But it's, everything happens for a reason. Everything, just stay with it.
That's good. That's good advice. So what are you most looking forward to this season, being your first season back on the court? Show off what you've been working on these past few years.
I'm just ready to set McCann on fire, to be honest with you. I just want what game? I admire how the fans went every time Ryan Funk hit a 3 last year. Like the stands would go crazy. So now I'm just like imagining like with the athleticism we have in the gym now. Just like, because I could just already picture the type of plays that will happen in the game. So I'm just excited to like actually get the fans up and on their feet, honestly.
Honestly, you just need to go in your contacts and just text some of your people. I know you have people around campus, Cub. I know you got connections. You got everybody. Just
people gonna come regardless. Cause people gonna come.
People gonna come because Mike Cubbage is playing. Yes.
Nah, not even that. People is gonna come. People are gonna come.
All right. And so you mentioned earlier that you're very family oriented, and like I've noticed since I met you, like literally, you've always been like on the phone with your family and stuff like that. You seem like very family oriented and like your friends from home oriented. Just talk about what some of your close family and friends mean to you.
My family is everything. The reason why I actually go hard for this, like I just want to make them proud. Just keep making them proud, honestly. I like seeing my family members have a smile on their face for like some of the things I've done or achieved or whatever. But from a friend standpoint, it's just like I have 4, it's 3. Like I have a lot of good friends, but the ones where I say like I admire and they keep me going forward, I have a friend, his name's Keith Davis. He's at Albertus Magnus. He plays basketball in Connecticut. Then I have the big guy I told you about, Devin Robinson at Youngstown State. And then my friend Lonnie Moore, who plays wide receiver at Monmouth.
Okay. So
I feel like we all just like push each other to go harder and just like try to be the best version of us at the end of the day. So it's just like we just all have a common goal. So it's just like we all push each other. We all make sure we're all on the same path or whatever. It's just genuine love from growing up with each other, being with each other for so long. It's just genuine. I wouldn't know how else to explain it.
That's awesome. Honestly, like you have like that group of friends that you guys have grown up and being able to still connect with each other and push each other through athletics that's great. Do you think any of them will come down and watch you play this year?
Most definitely. I know for sure. Probably not Devin because he's all the way in Ohio or whatever it may be. If our schedule connects with his like spring break or whatever it may be. But I know for sure Lonnie will be at a couple games. The one that's at Monmouth.
Is there a lot of
trash talk? There's a lot of trash talk going on. I actually went to Monmouth last year when we played Monmouth at their place, and I was with him. And we beat them at Monmouth, and he was just speechless. He was hurt. So.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so we got to keep that going. But, yeah, and he'll probably make it to a couple games if his schedule works with it because he also plays basketball as well.
Oh, okay. Wait, you were at the Monmouth game?
I was at the away.
I didn't even see you, bro.
I was in the stands, bro. I had to stay up there just let you guys focus on the game.
Okay, yeah. Okay, low-key guy over here. All right. So, what do you like to do in your free time?
On my free time, I'll probably be playing Madden. Beating Matt harassing me. I beat Matt so many times in Madden. It just doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so he had a different story when he came on here a couple weeks ago. Remember?
What did he say?
He said he was beating you in your series.
Yeah.
At the time, this is like 2 weeks ago though.
Yeah, well, tell Matt to pull the archives up and look at it. But other than Madden, I'll probably just be listening to music. Like you said, on the phone, FaceTime with friends or family. Or I like eating, honestly. I'll probably be eating something. No lie.
All right. So first question: what are some of your favorite artists nowadays?
Favorite artist? That's just such a broad question. It depends what mood I am in.
Okay.
But all the time I say I gotta go Jay-Z.
Okay.
I gotta go Nipsey Hussle.
Okay. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. It's so hard. I'm gonna throw Lil Wayne in there.
Okay. Not the biggest fan, but I see why you did that.
Rick Ross.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Pause the brakes a little bit. Tell me a little bit why you like Rick Ross.
It's just because it's like I'm different than other people. I like listening to like soothing music that are like I could hear the pain a little bit through like the beats and just like the pain through like what he's trying to like portray or whatever. And it's just like I like calm music to where it's like it's not screaming in my ear at times.
Right. But not calm to the point that Jordan Jones likes calm music.
Nah, not that calm. Nah, this guy wakes me up every morning listening to Alana Del Rey. No disrespect to her, but I'm just saying it's just...
Yeah, come on, JJ.
Yeah.
But go on. Talk about how you like calm music.
Yeah, I just like calm music. It sets the mood. It actually gets me like over the hump sometimes, especially like going through a basketball. Mm-hmm. You're always up and down. So much going on. It's just like at the end of the week or whatever it may be, the end of the night, you just throw on some calm music and just relax. Because like you rarely have time to relax. So it's just like relax.
Exactly. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So talk to me about your Celtics. Okay. So I know you grew up a Celtics fan. Tell everyone, tell the people why you grew up a Celtics fan.
Man, you gonna put my boys on the spot
because you
like
live near Philly. I'm just pointing this out. You live near Philly.
My grandfather, he's a Boston Celtics fan, and then my dad is a Celtics fan. So it was just like I was born into it.
Okay.
But at the time when I was growing up and I actually watched NBA TV, I actually really loved the Celtics back in 2005, 2006, 2008. The time when we
when they won.
Like when we were actually popping.
Right.
I'm still gonna ride and be a Celtics fan after everything that happened and is going to happen. But trust, me personally, I still think we could win.
Okay.
I still think we can come out the East Conference and win the Eastern Conference final.
I got about 12 or 13 guys in Philly who would have something to say about that, but you know.
And who's that? You got
the Sixers. The Sixers, bro.
Nah, the Sixers bench isn't like
the Sixers bench is elite.
It doesn't surprise me though. We're gonna have to see. Them guys gonna have to defend our perimeter guys.
Okay. We got on the Sixers bench. Let's think. Oh, on the perimeter, you have Ben Simmons, great defender, 6'10".
Okay.
You got Josh Richardson.
Okay.
Great defender.
Don't say great defender.
He's a good defender.
He's good, not great.
He's a pretty good defender.
Okay.
He's like a 3-and-D guy. Like I think you could say he's Danny Green, but more athletic, and not as good of a shooter.
Danny Green. Okay.
But then, like, the bench does lack a little bit of, defense from the perimeter standpoint because you got guys like Trey Burke in there Trey Burke's like 6 foot. So.
I just have one question for you since you're a Sixers fan.
What's the question?
Who will stick Kemba Walker?
Bro, Ben Simmons will. Are you serious?
He's gonna run circles around Ben Simmons.
What, bro? He's got a foot on the man, and he could keep up with him.
Let me tell you something about us big guards. We don't like sticking smaller guards because it's just so much moving and so much.
Okay.
It's just too much.
Okay.
But we'll see.
All right.
I'm not saying that Sixers won't beat Boston a couple times throughout the season.
Okay.
But I'm saying if we are in a playoff series with you guys, don't think you're gonna sweep us or it may go to 7.
Cub, I got a better question for you. Who is going to guard Joel Embiid?
he gonna guard. He gonna guard himself. He gonna kill himself because he's always out of shape. He's always injured or tired.
He lost 20 pounds.
He needs to lose more than that.
What? He's gonna be like 7'2", 230? What you mean?
Embiid is a killer. I can't even take it from him. I have him probably going down as one of the best centers.
Okay.
All time. One of, not
eventually,
the best. Yeah,
if he stays healthy, for sure. Absolutely. Like with his skill set, his athleticism, and his defensive abilities. Absolutely. So like what I just alluded to is, the Celtics lost their worst post defender, and guess what? What team does he play on now?
I kind of don't even understand that from like a competitive standpoint. Like Al Horford, he was my guy and all, but it's just like you were the Embiid stopper on the East Coast.
Right.
How do you go team up with Embiid? Mm-hmm. And now you're just like, now is nobody else is going to be able to stop Embiid.
Yep.
So I hope, I'm not going to say I hope, but now I feel like they have to win a championship.
They have to at least come out of the East, in my opinion. Yeah. At least. Because we don't know what team the West is going to bring.
Yeah. But don't leave Greek Freak out of it.
Okay. But he lost my boy Malcolm Brogdon.
Greek Freak. Freak.
He is Greek Freak. I will give you that. And like they have Kyle Korver, he's teaching them how to shoot and all that, but I just think that Philly's going to have the guys to be able to stick him enough to the point where he can get neutralized, just like he did in Toronto.
It's going to come down to, I'm going to be honest with you, Embiid going to play his part. Al Horford going to play his part. The guy Richardson is just so much he can do, honestly. Mm-hmm. But it's going to really come down to Tobias Harris. That's true. Eyes.
Offensively, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's come down to Tobias Harris.
No doubt. All right, so I got one more question for you. All right, so when I first met you, you were on your visit. You had what'd you have, regular hair, buzz cut or whatever?
I think I had a fro at the time.
You had a little mini fro going for you, just like me.
Yeah.
All right, so, and now here we are 2 years later. That was my freshman year.
Okay.
So now here we are, juniors, and you got a full head of dreads I'm staring at right now. So talk to me about that whole process and how you maintain your dreads.
Oh, man. How do I maintain them or what made me? Okay.
What made you get them and how do you maintain it?
All right. Well, my mom wants me to cut them off every day she sees me. I'm going to be honest with you. But I don't know. I just wanted a different approach. I did everything. In high school, I used to have the fade, ball fade, waves on the top.
Okay.
Went to JUCO. The story behind all this is because I was stuck in Texas, East Texas, and I was just scared for anybody to cut my hair after I seen my roommates hairline actually get crucified. It was very bad. So I was just like, yep, I would just never get a haircut. So it was just, I grew my hair out for every year I was there. So I came home after one summer was over. I came home, got a haircut, had to go back to school August or whatever it was. Grew my hair out all the way again.
How'd you keep your lines straight? You just handled that yourself?
No, I never touched it.
No,
I just looked rough the whole year, bro. I was in prison, bro.
You must have been like a wolf.
Nah, I actually don't grow facial hair, so that was like a perk of it. Right. But it was just my hair was just crazy. But I really didn't care. I was just there for basketball. I wasn't trying to impress anybody. Mm-hmm. But the dreadlocks thing, it was just once I came home and I was done with JUCO and I was signed here, it was just all right, I had all this hair on my head. Yeah. And I actually didn't lock my hair until after the first summer session was over here at Marist. So I had the fro.
Yeah. So I remember seeing you over the summer, and you didn't have the dreads yet. Yeah.
Actually, I think I got
twists.
Yeah. I didn't actually do this until I want to say right before school started, the fall semester started, and it was just I had little. I thought I was very bad. I got pictures of. I didn't have no hang time or nothing, but I mean, I don't know. I tell myself I'm gonna cut them off this Christmas break, but I really don't know.
No way.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it.
We'll see how you play the first half of the season, and then you can decide whether or not you want to keep them on or not. If you're superstitious like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, thank you, Cub, for coming on the podcast. I know you've been trying to get on here. I'll definitely have you on again if you want to come on and you want to battle somebody and get in an argument with Turner or somebody. Wait. So I asked everyone before they come off. So what is your opinion on the GOAT, the NBA GOAT?
My opinion, like, who is the GOAT?
Correct.
Of all time or of right now?
Yes.
All time?
All time, yes.
I'm a LeBron guy.
Okay. So you're on Team LeBron.
I'm
right?
on Team LeBron.
You join me, Turner, and a few other folks, and so we're gonna go up against like Mike Servetus, Matt Harassme, and all those people who claim Jordan.
If you ask me who was the killer, I would say Michael Jordan.
Okay.
But the GOAT, the reason I say GOAT is because it's just like LeBron is touching aspects of basketball from in every angle. So it's just like he's there on the court as well, like his numbers and like how he's doing everything. But the things like the lives he's impacting off the court is just crazy.
Right. Yeah. And he averaged 28, 8, and 8 in a down season, by the way.
Yeah, and not to mention, this was his only finals appearance that he did not see was the last season since he's been in the league. So that's just crazy.
Right. All right. So thank you, Cub, for coming on. Definitely going to have you on again, just like I said. It was a pleasure talking to you, pleasure learning about your background and your career. And, we're looking for a big season coming out of you. And is there anything else you'd like to say?
Thanks for having me on today. I enjoyed it. I'll probably be on again.
All right, for sure.
Go Red Foxes.
Yes, go Red Foxes. All right. Thank you for listening, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks.